Good day to you. I was really kind of hoping we would have an update from NASA, JPL, etc. today on 3i Atlas, our favorite topic. Ooh. But since the government's now open again, I was kind of hoping we'd have something, but we don't. Although the good news is they say they will do it on Wednesday the 19th, November 19th, 2025. So that's only a couple days away. So maybe I'll do it. Do a hot take or try to do a hot take live. Try to get that lingo down. Um, there are still some unanswered questions. We still don't know some. Well, we don't know a lot. We don't know a lot. There's more we don't know than we do know, and that comes simply from the fact that there's only been three uh, objects that have come in from interstellar, and it's 3i. Two of them have acted a little weird, and one of them has acted normal. So, we're not well. We're batting 66% of oddities. So, we don't have a lot of data. Things act a little weird. The first couple of times we've ever seen anything like this. I mean, if you only seen a cat 3 times, and one of the times it was sleeping, what would you know about a cat? Anyhow, our good friend here, 3i Atlas, when it was going around the sun, and I don't have my son. I ate all my sons. Don't have a son right now. I ate them. Okay, wait. Anyhow, son, when 3i Atlas was tumbling and went around behind, let's get this perspective right. Went around behind the sun. I know again. You can't get this quality of stuff anywhere else. I'm telling you, folks. When it went around behind the sun, apparently the tumbling has stopped because the off-gassing jets, from what we have seen so far, seem to be staying in the same place. I mean, we are seeing a tail, which, I said there is there. It's just a matter of how much and what level of spectrum, what lights, anyhow, it does have a tail, but before it had, jets pointing in, various directions, and even a jet, pointing towards the sun, jet pointing towards the sun. Okay, right finger. um, Anyhow, the jets are maintaining a static position, which means if the rock was tumbling, the jets should travel with it. So it should look like a whizzing firework that enough away with jets going in all different directions. Or anyhow, so that has us, unless the couple of pictures we do have of it, the few shots we have of it, by coincidence, we caught it at the same time as it, was doing some rotating. That's pretty slim. But then again, what do we know? we like I said, there is so much more we don't know. We know so much more about regular comets than we do these guys. Met 3 of them. 2 of them act weird. One of them, not interesting whatsoever. Some 3i Atlas's behavior matches that of some comets that have gone behind the sun and been pulled in and broke up, and did what they did. But they broke up and got devoured by the sun or came out the other side, teeny little bits and, gone. 3i Atlas has not done that. So, again, it is acting a little funky. It does still have a plasma on it, that's putting off different elements which are odd. And again, it's off-gassing more than its size, its mass. But the thought I had is, this thing's been out in, deep space. Maybe rather than it being kind of like, a lump of coal with some, ice around it with various elements in it that's been floating around. Maybe this thing has been, crunched down to this lump of coal almost being a diamond. I'm not saying 3i Atlas is a diamond. I'm just saying by comparison, this may have some pretty heavy density to it, which might be why it's cooking off able to put out certain energies at certain times because this is so damn massive. You know, like I said, it's almost a diamond as opposed to being a lump of coal. Yeah, I wish I had a lump of coal or a diamond to show you. Don't. Anyhow, that's just my line of thought. That might be why it's cooking off a little strange and behaving a little weird because, you know, it's not a rock floating, you know, a standard kind of rock. It's, you know, a rock. A diamond, or, yeah, not a diamond, but, you know, so compacted that it's, you know, that's a rambling, sorry. Anyhow, you got the idea. That's just one of my thoughts on how it's able to be so dynamic and yet not lose so much of its mass is because it's far more dense, you know, real dense. Anyhow, that's enough rambling for now. Oh, geez, I'm up in 5 minutes. I wanted to keep this short. Anyways, new data coming out Wednesday, the 19th, a couple days away, so that's good. Again, if you can do anything to support this channel, clicks, likes, etc., that's always welcome. Thought for the day: have the humility to acknowledge that you don't know everything, and have the bravery to say that you know it. Stand up and say it. So, you know, be humble, but, you know, same token, you know, you don't know, and there's nothing wrong with saying you don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I read the white papers when I'm doing these things. You know, I read them. You know, those are the official briefs. These are the things that, you know, the sciences guys actually type out and put out. I read them, but that's a lot of gobbledygook in there. It's a lot of technical stuff, which is fine. As somebody like, but if, you know, if I read the white sheets to you, you know, you'd be asleep in 2 minutes. They're not written for entertainment. They're written for, you know, very specific wording, very specific vocabulary. So, you know, anyways, I read those and I try to condense it or change it around to convert the language from, you know, from techies to peopleese and be a guy in between who can, you know, do the interpretation between the two of them. Make it kind of entertaining, make it understandable, make it, you know, yeah, make it something. Anyways, I got to really work on my rambling, as in reducing my rambling. Anyhow, may your God go with you, and Sebas.